عاشق الجنان والفوز والغنيمة، فخذ هذه المعاني بسيطة عظيمة. الدين بالأخلاق بالجود والعزيمة، بالحب والوفاق حياتنا كريمة.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله، الحمد لله، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. ربي زدني علما. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا، وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم في محاضرات Arabiyyah Bayna Yadayk. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. We are in unit number 3, and this is the second part of unit 3. And so I welcome you all to this class of Arabiyyah Bayna Yadayk. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. So today, inshallah ta'ala, we will do this passage and the grammar parts of whatever is it contains. So last time we did about some guy was about to get married, and he was not about to get married. He wanted to get married, and he was speaking to his mother. Now in this second part, it's about after marriage. So the heading is هل تحدث مشكلات بين الزوجين. هل تحدث, do problems occur between the zawjain, is between the couple, right? Between the husband and wife. Hadasa yahdusu is to occur, to, right? Hadis, to happen, yeah, to happen or to occur. So do problems occur between the wife and husband? So tahiyya, the preparation or before the lesson, right? فكر في الإجابة عن الأسئلة التالية. Think about the answers عن الأسئلة التالية, about the following questions. هل تحدث مشكلات بين الزوجين? Do problems occur between the spouses? زوج means spouse, right? Husband and wife. It could use both, because in the Quran it comes for both, for husband and wife, right? Uskun anta wa zawjuka, right? Till Jannah. You and your wife stay in Jannah. But nowadays zawjah is used for wife, because just zawjah. But we can use both in classical Arabic, right? So bayna zawjaini, that means this is dual, right? Zawjaini, it was actually with the ani, right? Like zawjani, zawjani. Now what will happen when bayna comes? Because bayna is also like between, right? Like a zarf. So bayna will make it majrur, mudaf ilayhi. So ani will become aini. Bayna zawjaini. By like fi kitabaini. Because in duals, ani will always become aini and aini. I mean, the duals will be like that. Majrur and mansub is the same. Aini, aini. Inna kitabaini. Both are same. And the sign of its being majrur is ya. Liannahu muthanna, because it is dual. Duals, that's how you show. Like Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadan, Muhammadin, like majrur, mansub and marfu, like that's how it happens. Similarly here, ani, aini, aini. Okay. The second, لماذا تحدث المشكلات بين الزوجين? Why do the لماذا means why, right? Why do problems occur between the spouses? من عليه حل. من عليه حل مشكلات البيت. حل مشكلة. I think this should be حل مشكلات البيت والأسرة ولماذا. And who, on whom it is, on whom. من عليه means on whom, because who, on him. So ala means on, right? He means on him. So on whom, we'll translate this like this. On whom is the problem of this, I mean, is the solution of the problem of the house. This is all mudaf ilayh. Hallu mushkilatil bayti. So the solution of the problem of the house, wal usrati, and of the family also, right? Walimaza. So who should solve the problem? Should the husband solve the problem, or should the wife solve the problem? متى يقع الطلاق بين الزوجين? حل solution. Yes, حل solution. حل in Urdu also, right? Hal. Mata yaqa, waqa'a yaqa'u is to occur, same as tahdusu, but waqa can also mean to fall. Waqa, to fall, to fall. At-talaq, falling, that means talaq happening. Mata yaqa'u, waqa'a yaqa'u, this is what do you call weak letter, right? Waw is coming the first. It's called misal, right? Wa'ada ya'idu, kind of, yeah. Wa'ada ya'idu. We'll drop the waw when in the mudari. Similarly, this is wa'ada ya'idu is bab daraba, because wa'ada ya'idu, but waqa'a yaqa'u is bab fataha, because qaf and ain, throat letters are coming, right? Waqa'a yaqa'u, all throat letters will always be fataha, right? Waqa'a yaqa'u, it's not yaqi'u or yaqu'u, it's waqa'a yaqa'u, to fall or to occur or to happen or something. Mata yaqa'u talaq bayna zawjayn, when does talaq occur, divorce occur between the couple, between the spouses? So we have a long paragraph here. So let's begin. Fil hayat az-zawjiyya khayrun kasirun. So in the hayat az-zawjiyya, in the married life, there's a lot of khayr. Khayr is goodness, right? And remember, khayrun is the mubtada which came late. The jar majrur can never be the khabar, the predicate of the sentence, never. Okay. Khair, why did it come late? Because in Arabic language, we cannot start a sentence with a nakira, which has tanween. Okay, it has to be delayed. So that is why actually the sentence was khayrun kasirun fil hayat az-zawjiyya. There's a lot of good in the married life. Okay, but we cannot start a sentence with without alif lam. Okay, it has to be definite. Indefinite words cannot be started. So we have to, bring it later on. So fil hayat az-zawjiyya khayrun kasirun. Like for example, rajulun fil bayti, we cannot say that. A man is in the house. No, we have to say fil bayti rajulun. Fil bayti rajulun. You have to bring the jar majrur muqaddam. Khayrun kasirun lizzawji wa zawja. See, they use wife also for the husband as well as the wife. So there's a lot of good in for the husband as well as wife, walil awladi, and for the children also. A lot of good, and we know alhamdulillah in the married lives. Wa ma'a dhalika tadharu, dhahara yadharu is to appear. And with that, alhamdulillah, there's goodness in the marriage, but with that appears ahyanan, sometimes. Ahyanan means sometimes. Ahyanan ba'dul mushkilati, some problems. Some ba'du is some, and ba'du requires a mudaf ilayhi. So some of the ayatli majrur, right? Ba'dul mushkilati, some problem. Mushkila is problem, right? Mushkilat, plural of mushkilatun. Some problems fi hayat az-zawjayn, in the life of the spouses. So sometimes you have problems in married life, right? Alayna, on us, an na'rifa, on us, that we should. Alayna means we should now, because in the sentence we understand that alayna, we should, an na'rifa, we should know. So, or you can say on us to know hadhihi al-haqiqa, right? On us to know, but it won't make sense. On us to know, that is, it is a responsibility on us. Yeah, we could say that. It is mandatory on us that we should know. Arafa ya'rifu, na'rifa. And an came, right? An came. And an is called masdariya, right? An masdariya. And it'll make it mansub. An na'rifa. Na'rifu became na'rifa. To know, hadhihi al-haqiqa, to know. It is a responsibility on us to know this truth, qabla zawaj, before marriage. So before marriage, we should know that boss will have problems in married life. Right? Don't expect hunky-dory marriage. Right? Once time goes on, the honeymoon period gets over, you'll have problems. Right? Naam. Yes. So he's saying, yes, you'll have problems. Yes. قد تحدث خلافات بين الزوجين. Yes, there will be khilafat, disagreements. Khilaf is disagreement. Right? Khilaf. Opposition. No, khilafat generally means disagreement. قد تحدث, حدث يحدث, muannas. Why is this muannas? This is غير عاقل, plural, right? So you have to bring in muannas, تحدث, not يحدث with a female ta. قد تحدث خلافات بين الزوجين, and there could occur some khilafat, some disagreements between the couples. وليست هذه هي المشكلة. But this is not the problem. وإنما المشكلة, but only. وإنما means only. Okay, inna ma is called ma'ul kafa. Kafa because it'll stop the inna from doing its job. It means only, right? Innama anta munzir. You are only a warner. Innama. And only the problem is only an na'jiza. Ajaza yajizu is to be not able to do something. What is qad tahdasu? Where is it? Tahdusu. This one tahdusu, to occur. Oh, qad. Oh, qad. Oh, sorry. Qad is used for two things. Qad is for when it comes with qad, when it comes with past tense, qad, it means to strengthen, because inna cannot come with verbs. So what to do when inna cannot come with verbs? So we have to, they use qad and laqad. Right? Qad and laqad are both same thing. Just more stress is giving stress. Like khad dakhala al mudir. So it's like indeed the principal entered. Right? And khad with fail mudare could mean three things. Right? This is fail mudare, right? Here it means the opposite. Sometimes. So qad tahdusu. So sometimes qad tahdusu. Sometimes with fail mudare. So we should remember qad with fail madi. With the past tense, it means indeed, giving stress to the verb. But with mudare is the opposite. Sometimes or perhaps, right? Like narifa mean without masdar. To know. Arafa ya'rifu, to know. Right? It is responsibility for us to identify or know. Right? Arafa ya'rif. To know, yes. Na'rif. So qad comes all the time in the Quran. Right? Sometimes it can come before fail mudare. Sometimes it can come like qad qamat is-salah. Right? Indeed the prayer has been established. وَلَيْسَتْ هَذِهِ الْمُشْكِلَةِ. So this is not the problem. Yes, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ. Yes, خَلَقْنَا is fail madi. So la is also, lamul ibtida is called, qad is also there. And anytime you see laqad, there's a promise hidden, there's an oath hidden. So it was actually wallahi laqad khalaqna al-insana. Anytime you see laqad, and that's the rule. Okay, because laqad comes for when an oath for a positive sentence, and you have to bring laqad. Right, so there's a rule. It's there in Madina book 3, inshallah. وَلَيْسَتْ هَذِهِ هِيَ الْمُشْكِلَةِ. And this is not the problem. وَإِنَّمَا الْمُشْكِلَةُ أَنْ نَعْجِزَ عَنْ حَلِّ تِلْكَ الْمُشْكِلَاتِ. Right? The problem is only if we are unable to. Ajaza yajizu is to be unable to do something. Right? To have an excuse. The problem is only if we have an excuse, or if we are unable to solve that problem. I mean, so it says the problem is that we are unable to give a solution for those problems. And tilka is those, because this is ulaika instead of ulaika, tilka has come. Okay, so having problems is not a problem, but having no solution for the problem is the problem. That's what it says. Okay, all tongue twisters. So solving the problem should be the main core thing, right? If you are not unable to solve the problem, then the problem is not solving the problem. Okay. يعتقد كثير من الشباب. اعتقد يعتقد is to think also and to have belief also. Belief. Right? That is why aqidah, right? اعتقاد. اعتقاد comes from this. This is form 8, right? Because اعتقد, the hamza and ta are included. The aqd means a knot, right? It's a knot, right? You tie a knot in a rope or something. And aqidah is similar, right? You have a knot in your heart that you have to believe something about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or about faith, iman, akhirah. You have to believe. You tie a knot that this is what belief is, right? That this is correct, this is not correct. Okay, like superstitions, we should not believe in superstition. You tie a knot. There's nothing called superstition in Islam, right? La tiyara wala. Previously they used to have a bird, right? They used to raise the bird up and before doing something, and if the bird used to go right, then it was good. But if a bird goes left, then they should not, then they they stop from doing that thing. But if the bird goes straight, then they will take the bird again and then throw it again into the air before doing anything else. Nowadays all muhurat and so on, right? Many people do that. Right time and this, that, for marriage or this, that. Nothing, everything is auspicious time for us, right? I remember when I was joining a job also, he was like, why are you joining on a Tuesday? I was like, there's nothing. What's the problem? Why can't I join on a Tuesday? And he was like, it's not auspicious to join on a Tuesday. I was like, nothing will happen. Still, he was forcing, don't join on a Tuesday and this, that. And still I joined. Like, what nonsense, right? So many people have that Tuesdays is bad, or Thursdays or Fridays or whatever. Okay. يعتقد كثير من الشباب. So many people believe, shabab is many, كثير من الشباب is many of the young people. Shabab is young men or women. So many young people believe أن الحياة الزوجية بلا مشكلات, that the married life is without problems, right? So many people, I don't know who, but many young people believe, it seems. Shabab. Shabun is a singular, a young man. The plural is shabab. There's a hadith also, ya ma'ashar al-shabab, man istata'a minkum al-ba'ata falyatazawwaj. That whoever amongst you, oh young people, whoever amongst you is able to get married, can afford to get married, should get married. Or else if he cannot marry, then he should fast, because it is it helps you reduce your desires. So many of the young people believe that there's no problem, that the hayat al-zawji, a married life, is without problems. Bila is la with B, right? With no problems, right? La mushkilat. فَإِذَا قَابَلُوا مُشْكِلَةٍ سَارُوا. Right? If they meet problems, if they face problems, قَابَلَ يُقَابِلُ is to meet or face. So what they become saru. I think this means they become sad. Let me check. Sara with a sa. I don't know what it means. Saru. Revolt. Okay. Revolt, it seems. Right? They revolt, they avenge, retaliate. Great. All right. Let me check another. So they revolt against the wives also. All right. So وَإِذَا قَابَلُوا مُشْكِلَةً سَارُوا. They become Sara. What does it mean? Agitated, yeah. To become agitated. They become sad and be right? Okay. Sara yasaru. Like Qala Sara yasuru, I think. Be deeply stirred. Right? They are deeply stirred, be upset. So they become upset. Yeah? Upset, fine. They become sad and upset. Fakkaru, fakkara, yufakkiru is to think. And they ponder, right? Fakkaru. And they form two. This is, and fakkaru fit talaq. And they think about talaq, divorce. Right? When problems comes, they start thinking about divorce. Ala shababi, it is on the young people, أن يعرفوا أن الحياة الزوجية رحلة طويلة. Right? The young people should understand, and ya'rifu, should know, right? Arafa ya'rifu is to know. So ala shababi is, on them is the responsibility, right? On them, like we have alayna, similarly ala shababi. For them to know, anna al-hayat az-zawjiyya, that the married life, anna is the sister of inna, right? That the married life, rihlatun tawila. This is all adjective, right? It is a long trip, journey. طويلة is a long journey. وأن السبيل إلى النجاح, and the way, sabil is way, sirat is also a path, and sabil also path or a way, and that the path إلى النجاح, for success, towards success, في الحياة الزوجية هو الحوار. Right? In the married life is conversation. هو الحوار, right? الحوار الأول, book 1. This is هو الحوار, communication, we can say. Dialogue with your wife, spouses, speaking out, right? Speaking out, hiwar. So he says the problem to all the solutions is, yeah, saru is oppose also. Okay. So it is communication, حوار. لماذا تحدث مشكلات بين الزوجين? Why do problems occur between the spouses? من وقت لآخر, from time to time. So وقت is from a time, لآخر to another time. So we'll translate in English. From آخر is another, right? آخر. And because of li, it became آخر because this is a diptote. من وقت لآخر, from time to time. Right? Why do problems occur sometimes or the other? Right? يعود السبب إلى وجود اختلاف كثيرة. يعود, عاد يعود is to return. And another meaning from عاد يعود is also to, what do you call, go to a sick person's house. What do you say? You go and sick person's house and you sit at his house, and آخر is at last. آخر is last. آخر. آخر is another. Okay, yeah. Even I get confused. Yeah. Akhir is last. Akhir. In Urdu, it became akhri. But akhir is another. Akhir, the muannas is ukhra. Another. يعود السبب إلى وجود اختلاف. So the sabab returns إلى وجود اختلاف. Wujud is presence, right? Wajada yajidu is to find. So, but wujud is presence, right? Presence of ikhtilaf. Ikhtilafat is disagreements. Ikhtilaf is like khilaf, right? Khilafat. Ikhtilaf. اختلافات كثيرة بين الشخصية الرجل والشخصية المرأة. Right? اختلافات كثيرة. A lot of problems between شخصية الرجل, between the personality of the man, and شخصية is personality, and the personality of the woman. المرأة. This is مضاف إليه, so مرأتي. والشخصية المرأة. بين, because of بين, this is كسرة, and واو كسرة. وتظهر هذه الاختلافات بعد مرحلة الطفولة. And these differences, so here it's not disagreements, because he says differences, right? So shouldn't it be jar li akhara? Yes, it is jar, but with fatha. It is a diptote, so it'll be akharu, akhara, akhara, like Ibrahimu, Ibrahima, Ibrahima. Mamnu' min as-sarf. Madina book 1, last lesson. Okay, last 2 lessons, I guess. Diptotes, those are called. Book 1. Okay, inshallah. Like this anu name, there's a whole list of those things which do not take a kasra and do not take a tanween, right? Like anu names, Usmanu, Jawanu, hungry, and this, that. Okay, and the foreign names, they don't take kasras. They hate kasras. Also, they don't take tanweens. Also, akharun, no, akhara. Right. So a lot of differences occur between the personality of the man and the personality of women. وتظهر هذه الاختلافات بعد المرحلة الطفولة. And these differences تظهر, appear, right, emerge after the مرحلة الطفولة, after the stage of طفولة is childhood. طفولة is childhood. After childhood, they start appearing, like, yeah, when you get puberty and teenagers. So the boy and the girl, they start differing. وتزيد في مرحلة الشباب, and it increases in the stage of what do you call, youth? What do you call those age? مرحلة الشباب, the stage of youth, the stage of young age, right? Teenage, after teenage, adolescence, yeah, maybe adolescence. So it increases more when you're becoming adults. فالرجل يحب أشياء لا تحبها المرأة. And the man, so the man loves things which a woman does not love, right? So a man loves things which a woman does not love. والمرأة تحب أشياء. See, أشياء is also diptote. أفعلاء, the pattern is. So تحب, anyways, this is mansub because of تحب object, right? وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. والمرأة تحب أشياء لا يحبها الرجل. So he says, no issues, yeah. لا تحبها المرأة والمرأة تحب أشياء لا يحبها الرجل. So a man loves things which a woman does not love, and a woman loves things which a man does not love. Right? This was the second paragraph. So the first paragraph, there are problems and this, that, and some people think, and then the last paragraph, وعندما تظهر, and when. عندما means when, and generally عندما comes with a fail mudare. present tense. وعندما تظهر المشكلات, and when the problems occur, right, appear في الحياة الزوجية, in the married life, يأخذ الزوجان في الشكوى, right? يأخذ, this, the أخذ يأخذ means to take, but it can also means to begin to do something, right? It is called, it is one of the types of أفعال الشروع, the verbs of starting, like ja'ala is also used, akhadha is also used, bada'a. I mean, he started to do these things. So here the meaning, I think, is because, yeah, they take to complain. Yeah, taking is also correct, right? They take to complaining. Shakwa is complaining. Shikayat, right? Ya'khudhu zawjani fi shakwa. Shaka yashku shakwa. They start complaining each other about each other, right? They start complaining, and or you can also translate that they start, not, yeah, they take towards complaints or something, right? Yashku zawju fayaqul, the husband complains and he says, fayaqul, yeah, begin to complain, yeah, begin to complain. They start to complain about. So the husband says, zawjati la tastami'u ilay, my wife does not listen to me, right? Istama' yastami'u is to listen. So samia is to hear, but for more focused hearing, it is istama' yastami'u. This is form 10. Istama' yes, alif sin ta came, right? Form 10, to listen keenly, right? So it comes in the Quran. وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ, when the Quran is recited, listen to it attentively. So he says, my wife does not listen to me at all, right? Ilayya, ila, and it comes with ilayya, ila comes, so it does not mean towards me, because in English we don't say that. She doesn't listen towards me, she listens to me. وَتَتَكَلَّمُ, and she speaks. تَكَلَّمَ يَتَكَلَّمُ, form 5, and she speaks, and two tasks came. One is the verb ta, form 5 ta, and the other is for feminine. And she speaks مع صديقاتها, she speaks with her friends, it seems. في الهاتف كثيرا, on the phone a lot, right? In the phone actually, but we don't say in the phone in our English, so on the phone a lot. So she doesn't listen to me while she keeps on listening to her friends. وَتَذْهَبُ إِلَى السُّوقِ كَثِيرًا, and she goes to the market a lot. She goes to the market a lot. وَتَشْتَرِي أَشْيَاءَ لَا نَحْتَاجُ إِلَيْهَا, and she buys things, tashtari, right? Not yashtari with a ta, because feminine. Ashya'a, object of ishtara, yashtari. This is form 8, by the way. La nahtaju, ihtaja, yahtaju, this is to need something, right? This is form 8 again. Alif and ta, whenever it comes, it's form 8. Alif with a space and ta, right? Ifta'ala. So ishtara. So sheen came in between the alif and ta. Here, ha came between the alif and ta. Ihtaja, yahtaj. Nahtaju, which we do not need. Ihtaja, yahtaju is to need, which we do not need. So she buys things which we do not need at all. So she says, right? So this is the complaint of the husband. وَتَسْكُ الزَّوْجَةُ فَتَقُولُ, and the wife also complains and she says, Zawji, my husband, يَتَكَلَّمُ طُولَ الْوَقْتِ, he speaks for a long time. في السياسة, about politics, right? In politics, but about politics, because in English, in politics. وَالرِّيَاضَةِ, and sports. So he keeps speaking about long and long about politics and sports, which she hates. وَيَقْضِي وَقْتًا طَوِيلًا خَارِجَ الْبَيْتِ, and he spends a long time outside the house. Kharija is mansub because this is zarf kind of, right? Kharija, it's talking about the place, right? So mansub. وعندما, and when يكون في البيت, and when he is in the house, يقضي الوقت في قراءة الصحف, he spends his time reading newspapers والمجلات and magazines. So he doesn't come and speak to me at all. أو مع الحاسوب, or with the computer. I think it would make sense. Yeah, I don't know if it's wrong. Allah, I don't know. We could directly translate. Yeah, يقضي وقتها على الهاتف. We could say that. I think we have to search. Okay, but they use fi, so, or he spends time with the hasub, is the computer. So the wife is complaining. He's talking all about politics and just that. He's almost all the time outside the house. When he's in the house, he's just reading newspapers and magazines, and or he's on the computer. So this was the long paragraph, right? مشكلات بين الزوجين. Problems between the couple spouses. استيعاب comprehension التدريب. ده علامة صحيحة أو علامة خط ثم صحيح الخطأ. true or false. هناك خير كثير للأسرة في الحياة الزوجية. There is a lot of good in the for the family in the married life. You have to think about it. Yes, of course, yeah, true. Hopefully true, inshallah. Right, true. Okay, oh sorry, we have to put it here. Yeah. تظهر مشكلات كثيرة قبل الزواج. This is also true, actually. We could say, but they didn't talk before marriage, so false. Right? They say a lot of problems appear before marriage. You could say that in a way, but they didn't speak about it, so we won't talk about it before marriage, right? قبل الزواج, before marriage. تعتقد كثير من الفتيات, many of the young girls, it seems, right? It's not shabab. Many of the young girls, fatatun, the plural is fatayat, right? Many of the young girls believe أن الحياة الزوجية, that the married life بلا مشكلات, is without any problems. Yes, this is true, because they said shabab, but in shabab includes fatayat also, young girls also. Or they could say, no, it is false because we use the word shabab, so why are you using fatayat? Anyways, هناك اختلاف. See, we are joining this. هناك اختلافات بين الشخصية الرجل وشخصية المرأة. There are a lot of differences between the personality of the man and the personality of the woman. Yes, of course. يشكو الزوجان إذا ظهرت مشكلات. The spouses complain when problems appear. ظهرت مؤنث because مشكلات is غير عقل plural. This is also true. And they start complaining. التدريب. أجب باختصار عما يلي. Answer in اختصار is briefly about the following. ما الحقيقة التي يجب أن نعرفها قبل الزواج? So what is the reality that it is mandatory on us to know before marriage? That problems occur, right? علينا, where is this? علينا أن نعرف هذه الحقيقة قبل الزواج. That what تظهر أحيانا بعض المشكلات في حياة الزوجين. أحيانا sometimes يعني تظهر المشكلات. Some problems come بين الزوجين بعد الزواج, after marriage. So don't worry, لا تقلق. Don't worry about it. ماذا يفعل الشباب إذا قابلوا مشكلة في الحياة الزوجية? What do the young people do when they face problems in حياة الزوجية? What they do, they become وساروا, they become sad. ثاروا with a tha. ثاروا. فإذا قابلوا مشكلة ثاروا ففكروا في الطلاق, and they think about طلاق. متى تظهر اختلافات بين الشخصية الرجل وشخصية المرأة? When do problems occur between the personality? When do differences occur between the appear actually? ظهر يظهر between the personality of the man and the personality of the woman. When do they occur? بعد الطفولة, right? After childhood. طفولة is childhood. So, right? بعد مرحلة الطفولة وتزيد في مرحلة الشباب. It increases in teenage years and in youth. متى تزيد هذه they gave a question. متى تزيد هذه الاختلافات? When do they increase? They increase when they become young, right? تزيد هذه الاختلافات في مرحلة الشباب. من أي شيء يشكو الزوج? What are the things with the زوج complains of? Oh, that she doesn't speak, doesn't listen to me, and so on. This whole thing. Long complaints of both of them. لا تستمع إلي وتتكلم مع صديقاتها في الهاتف كثيرا وتذهب إلى السوق. All these things. من أي شيء تشكو الزوجة, and what the wife complains, all these things, yeah, that he's always talking about politics and sports and this, that, and all these things. Long complaints. مفردات. Vocabulary. سل بين الكلمات اللتين تأتيان معا. Right? So حل. So solution. حل المشكلة. Solution of the problem. Al-hayat, life. Al-hayatu zawjiyya, married life. So these are like two words which generally come together. Solution of the problem, married life, marhalatul tufula, right? Childhood stage. We just say childhood anyways. Marhala is a stage and tufula is childhood. Infant stage, not infant stage, something more than that. Tifl means a child, right? Infant. And then tulul waqt. Tul is a long time, right? Like tawil. Tulul waqt is long time. For a long time. Tulul waqt, long time. And then we have shakhsiyatul mar'a, personality of a woman, of the woman, woman personality. التدريب الثالث املأ الفراغ بكلمة المناسبة من الصندوق. So this is the صندوق, this is the box. You have to choose appropriately. Help me with this, please. So which one? First one. مشكلة في حياة الزوجين. What should come here? You have to choose six, right? 5 out of 5, you have to choose one. Which one will come here? Apparent, yeah, appear. ظهرت, this will come. ظهرت مشكلة في حياة الزوجين. Problems appear in the life of the spouses. هل dash الحقيقة? Which one? Out of the 4. No, yes, no, knowing. هل تعرف الحقيقة? Do you know the truth? Right? Next, third one. عن حل المشكلة. هل تعرف الحقيقة? Do you know the truth? Third, عن حل المشكلة. Which one? 1, 2, 3. Out of these 3. Take, no. Because take is muannas, right? And she took, an cannot come with it. No, an cannot. This one will come. Ajazat, ajaza. Right? Unable to. He's ajiz. Right? Incapable. So he's ajasta. You are incapable of finding the solution of the problem. To solve the problem. You are unable. You are too weak. You're too weak to solve the problem. You do not, you lack the strength. You do not have the strength. Ajiz is the one who does not have strength. Who is ajz, right? Next one is 2 options. Fit talaq. You think, yes, fakkarta fit talaq. You are thinking about, you thought about talaq. Last one is zawjatuhu fi shakwa. Is obviously akhazat. Now, akhazat zawjatuhu fi shakwa. His wife started complaining. Yeah, fi shakwa is started complaining. Akhazat zawjatuhu, or she took to complain. She began to complain. Then we have aqsamul jumla, grammar. Right? Like every lesson has grammar, right? Grammar, aqsamul jumla. Very easy grammar. They're not starting with something difficult. This is like simple grammar. So it says mulahadhatun nahwiya, grammar points or grammar notes. Al jumlatu qismani. The sentence is of 2 types. Qism is type. Ismiyatun tabda'u bismin. Jumla ismiya, which starts with an ism. Wa fi'liyatun tabda'u bifi'lin. And verbal sentence which starts with a verb. Very easy. Jumla ismiya starts with a noun and jumla fi'liya starts with a verb. Right? Udrus wa lahiz, study and note. Lahiz is note. Lahadha yulahidhu. Mulahadha comes from that. Al-Jumlatul Ismiya. So, yeah, where is he? Yeah. Al-Jumlatul Ismiya, nominal sentences. All, and in Jumla Ismiya, we'll look at Mubtada, right? Mubtada and Khabar. In Jumla Fi'liya, we'll look at Fa'il, Fa'il, Maf'ulun bihi, and Muta'alliq also. Muta'alliq is Jar Majrur if it comes here. Jumla Fi'liya. Okay. So here we look at Mubtada and Khabar, like Al-Madrasatu Kabiratun. The school is big. So Al-Madrasa Mubtada, this is a Khabar. Subject, predicate. Al-Masjidani Qaribani. Dual, right? Ani, Ani. The masjids, the masjid are Qaribani, are close. The two masjids are close, right? Are close. Anta khaliqun, you are worried. Mubtada Khabar. Khaliq is worried, like we did in last class. Khaliq. Limada anta khaliqun? The mother comes and asks the guy, why are you worried? So he says, I want to get married, mummy, and so on. Right? Hadi Huda bintu Saleh. This is Huda, daughter of Saleh. Right? So this also Mubtada Khabar. Hadi Huda bintu Saleh. This is the Mubtada, and this whole thing, it becomes a Khabar, and this is called Badal. This is called Mubdal Minhu, and this is called Badal, and this is again Mudaf, and this is Mudaf ilayh. This is how we break down, because Badal is like, my brother Hamid came. So you could have 10 brothers, right? Who knows which brother you have? So that Hamid is like taking the place of my brother. Hadi Huda, there could be so many Hudas, like hundreds of Hudas. So who? Bintu Saleh. Oh, daughter of Saleh. Oh, only one Bintu Saleh. So this whole thing is becoming Mubdal Minhu and Badal, it's called. Al-Muhandisuna Qadimuna, the engineers are coming, right? Mubtada Khabar. Then we have Jumla Fi'liya. ذهب الطالب إلى المدرسة. ذهب فعل, this is طالب is file, and this is إلى المدرسة جار مجرور متعلق to the verb. Muta'alliqs are needed because some things do not take direct object. Like ذهبت إلى المدرسة, I went to the madrasa. I cannot say ذهبت المدرسة. I cannot do that. I cannot directly bring out object because Zahaba does not take object. It is lazim, intransitive. Okay. Anyways, Zahabat, what does muta'alliq literally mean? Something which is attached to the verb. Ta'allaqa yata'allaqu muta'alliq. Right? Attached to the verb. It's like we need a preposition. Okay. We cannot directly bring it as an object. Right? Like I give an example, Zahabtu ilal madrasati, I went to the school. Now I cannot remove the ila because Zahaba cannot take in direct object because there are two types of verbs, right? Transitive and intransitive verb. Right? Intransitive verbs do not take an object. Okay. Like I ate takes an object, sorry. I became happy, I became right, angry. Right, but it could or I went, I came, I left. It's my action is not affecting anything or anyone. It is not transitive. It's not transferring to someone else. Right? For transitive verbs, it transfers. Mutaaddi it is called. Like the classical example, daraba Zaydun Amran. Right? Zayd hit Amr. So Amran is the one who's receiving. He's taken daraba is mutaaddi. So you're hitting someone so that action is getting transferred to someone else. So Amran becomes the maf'ulun bihi, the object of it. Right? So, right? Okay. So that is muta'alliq. I mean, something's required, like verbs, jar majrur comes before for jumla fi'liya, then it's called muta'alliq. It's something which is related to it. Right? Jalastu ala al-kursiyyi, I sat on the chair. Right? I cannot say jalastu al-kursiyya, directly bringing the object, right? Okay. Then we have uridu zawaj, I want marriage, right? But we won't say I want marriage. We don't say that. We use a an. We use a to. I want to marry. Okay. But in Arabic, it's totally fine to say like this. Uridu zawaja. Uridu nikah. It's fine. But if I bring an, I have to change it to masdar muawwal, it is called. An plus fa'il mudari. Uridu an atazawwaja. I can change that. Right? And najahat fatayatun kasirat. A lot of girls passed. Najaha is to pass in the exam or something. Yuridul mala wal jamal. He wants money as well as beauty. Right? He wants both beauty as well as mal. Isfar bidhat din. Choose the one who has religion. Isfar bidhat dini. Choose the one who has religion. Right? And we are done. التدريب ضع علامة صحيح في المكان المناسب. So we have to choose. Okay, please help me with this again. We should choose between جملة اسمية and فعلية. If it is اسمية, we have to tick it here. If it's فعلية, we have to do it here. Okay. سأتناول العسل مثلك. This is العسل شفاء. Right? The first honey. So what is this? جملة اسمية or فعلية? You can say one or two also. فعلية. Yes. سأتناول. I will have. تناول يتناول is to have, consume. I will have honey like you. So it is فعلية. Next. خذ هذه الساعة. Take this watch. فعلية again. جملة فعلية. Because خذ is also فعل أمر, right? Command verb. أخذ يأخذ خذ. Take. شفاك الله. فعلية again. شفا يشفي. This is also verb. May Allah cure you. Right? In Arabic, that's how it's used. You use the past tense to do dua. Right? Du'a'iyya. Like, radiyallahu. Allah is pleased with him. That is, may Allah be pleased with him. Zainabu wa Maryamu sadiqatan. Oh, this is about Zainab and Maryam. One was fat and one was not. All right. Remember. Al-muallimatu mashghulat. This is ismiya and this is also ismiya. Nominal sentence. Maryamu saminatun jiddan. Maryam is very fat or overweight. Ismiya again. Very easy, right? Sayusalli Ahmadu dhuhra fil masjid. Ahmad will pray Zuhr in the masjid. This is fi'liya. Right? They're teaching us all these things now. Right? Imagine. After teaching so much complex sentences and all. That's their way. Okay, Tadribu Sani. Because they didn't want any grammar in the first book. So they are treating now slowly stuff. Right? أجب عن الأسئلة التالية بجملة اسمية كما في المثال. So we have to make جملة اسمية, nominal sentence, like they gave ما رأيك في الكتاب. What is your opinion about the book? Right? About the book. Or in the book. But it's not in the book, it's about the book. الكتاب مفيد. The book is beneficial. Right? So very easy. ما رأيك في القصة. What is your opinion about the قصة? About the story. القصة جميلة. Right? القصة جميلة. No, we need المرأة جميلة. No, we have to use this word itself. The story is beautiful. What do you think about the story? The story is beautiful, man. That's how. That's what. خلاص. Okay. All right. ما رأيك في العصير. What do you think about the juice? العصير بارد. And the juice is cold. It's good, but it's cold. بارد. Very easy. ما رأيك في الفكرة. What do you think about the idea? They've given the answer. Yeah. They've given. We just need to add jumla ismiya. They've given the brackets here, and we just need to join this word. Al-fikratu tayyibatun. The idea is good. Yeah, tayyibun. Yes, tayyibatun. Al-fikratu tayyibatun. The idea is good. Ma ra'yuka fil al'ab. What do you think about the sports? Sports, right? Yeah. So it says khatiratun. The sports are dangerous. Al'ab. The sports are dangerous. Dangerous sports these are. Okay. ما رأيك في الجو. What do you think about the weather? الجو دافئ. The weather is warm. We learned about دافئ, right? The weather is warm. ما رأيك في العامل. What do you think about the worker? العامل نشيط. نعم معتدل. They've given the answer. العامل نشيط. The worker is active. He's very energetic. التدريب السادس أجب عن الأسئلة التالية بجمل فعلية. So this is the same exercise, but we have to make جملة فعلية, verbal sentence. So like for example, مثال متى تسافر. When are you traveling? أسافر في العطلة. I will travel in the holiday. So you have to make ماذا تريد. What do you want? So you have to say I want this and this. So how will I say I want? Mala wal jamala. I want. Uridu, yes. Uridu al-mala wal jamala. I want money as well as beauty. Naam, uridu. Mata satazuni. When will you visit me? Right. So I have to say, I will visit on Saturday. How will I say I will visit? I will visit, okay? I will visit. سأزور نعم سأزور يوم السبت. I will visit on Saturday, man. بما تشعرين. How are you feeling? We are speaking to a female, that's why عرينا. How what do you feel? How are you feeling? I am feeling بألم في بطني. I am feeling pain in my stomach. So I am feeling, how do you say I am feeling? أشعر نعم أشعر بألم في بطني. كيف تذهب إلى العمل? How are you going to the work? So I am going by car. So I am going. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أذهب بالسيارة. I'm going by car. كم ساعة تدرس في اليوم? How many hours do you study in a day? I study 5 ساعات. So I study. أدرس نعم أدرس 5. Very easy, no? أدرس 5 ساعات. I study 5 hours in a day. أين تسكن? Where do you live? Yes, أدرس نعم. Where do you live? I live in a village. أسكن 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 في قرية. في القرية. I live in a village. أسكن سكن يسكن to live. Okay. تدريب الرابع. Fourth exercise now. Fourth and fifth, right? We are done. And then we have السهر خارج البيت. Okay. We have next lesson. إن شاء الله. اقرأ الآيات التالية ثم اكتب أمام كل واحد نوع جملة. Okay, again we have to find out اسمية فعلية, and these are verses of the Quran. Right? So the first one, خذ العفو وأمر بالعرف. خذ العفو اسمية فعلية. Take forgiveness, right? But it means forgive. خذ العفو is forgive. خذ العفو وأمر بالعرف. فعلية نعم. So this is فعلية. It's Surah Al-A'raf. وأمر وأعرض عن الجاهلين. Verse 199. خذ العفو وأمر بالعرف وأعرض عن and stay away from and turn away from the jahilin. الله نور السماوات والأرض. اسمية فعلية. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Allah. اسمية نعم nominal. خلق الإنسان. He created the insan. فعلية نعم. اقرأ باسم ربك. Read in the name of your Lord. فعلية. اقرأ is that right? جملة فعلية. ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. That the night of Qadr, Laylatul Qadr is better than 1,000 months. This is ismiya, yes, nominal sentence. So any sentence should have to be either fi'liya or ismiya. I mean, there's no other option. Either A or B, ismiya or fi'liya. التدريب الخامس اكتب جملا اسمية فعلية مبتدئا بكلمات المذكورة. Then again, like same thing, but mixed, right? We have to make ismiya and fi'liya sentences. Like misal Fatima. So we have to make something like Fatimatun nashitatun. Fatima is active. Yuridu. So you have to make something like Yuridu Ahmad az-zawaj. Ahmad wants to get married. Raja. So we have to make some sentence. Something we can write. So any example? Raja, he returned. So who returned? رجع. رجع أحد إلى البيت. Okay, one of them returned to the house. Or أحد أحمد. Okay. Ahmad, Raja Ahmadu ilal bayti. See, Ahmad is also diptot, right? Ahmadu. It doesn't take tanween. And there was a joke also about Ahmad. Right? Uh, Ahmad came to the house and so it's a munsarif, right? Munsarif means the one which is stripped out. Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. Right? Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. So, knock, knock, who's there? So, Ana Ahmad, I'm Ahmad. So, this guy got angry. Ahmad, insarif. Insarif also means go out, move, right? Go out. I mean, don't come. Right? Insarif, go away from here. So, he says, Ana Ahmadu la yansarif. Ana mamnu' min as-sarf. I am Ahmad. I'm not munsarif. Yeah, get out. Insarif means get out, go out. Like izhab, ukhruj. So he says, I'm not munsarif, right? I am ghayru munsarif. Because the words of the grammar are also mean something in daily language also. Then ya'ishu. Asha ya'ishu is to live. So who lives? Ya'ishu. Any sentence? Ya'ishu, he lives or she lives. Ta'ishu. Ya'ishu. Anyone? Anything? Any sentence? Yes, يعيش في حي المطار. Yes. He lives in the airport colony or in the airport locality. نعم. يعيش في القرية. He lives in a village. Right? يعيش أحمد في القرية. يجلس. He sits. يجلس. يجلس على الكرسي. Yes, he sits on the chair. الأم, the mother. الأم loves me. loves me. الأم تحبني. الولد. الولد loves me. الولد يحبني. يحبني الولد. الولد غبي جدا. The boy is very غبي. بلال. This cannot be same now. بلال. بلال في البيت or whatever, right? Bilal is in the house, right? Okay, so we are done, alhamdulillah. Then we have As-Saharu Khalid al-Bayt, traveling. I think Saharum is traveling. Right? Both the wife and traveling outside. Bilal is hard-working student. Bilalun, hard-working student. Bilalun talibun mujtahidun. As-Saharu Khalid al-Bayt is traveling outside the home. So this is again married problems. This guy husband is like always traveling outside the house and what is happening. I want to leave my wife. So all marriage problems. Okay, fine. We'll do it next week. Jazakallahu Khair. See you next week with the next part of it. We have 2 more to go, right? about married life, and then we'll be done with unit 3. Jazakallahu Khair. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Ar-Rahman